Hi everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood Natasha and welcome to Kind of Fridays. For this week's video, I decided to hijack my boss's office so that I could give you an exclusive, intimate, and personal interview with yours truly. I'm answering your questions that you submitted, so let's get to it. So first things first, the FAQs, or frequently asked questions. So the first topic that everyone's dying to know about is Carmilla Season 3. And I don't blame you, because I would also like to know about Season 3. I don't know anything, I have not seen the scripts yet, I will not get to see them for a while. People wanted to know what my predictions and hopes are, and all I can say is that I hope you will enjoy it, and I predict it will be epic, and that I am very excited to get back to work. The second topic you wanted to know about was fostering. As some of you may know, I foster dogs and I'm a crazy dog lady, so a lot of people were asking me how I got into it. Basically, I grew up with dogs. I have a rescue mutt that belongs to my family, and when I finished university, I realized I could not live without a dog anymore, but I wasn't really in a stable place career-wise or financially to be a responsible dog owner. So I signed up with a rescue and I started fostering. It keeps them out of the pound. Basically, I keep the dogs until we find a perfect home for them. And then if I was busy or I felt like it wasn't the right time, I could just take a little break from fostering. For the past little while, I've been fostering with Save Our Scruff, which has been awesome. And I can happily say that I just adopted my forever friend, Charlie. I'm a dog mama now. Another question that came up quite often was about self-love. And people asked me, how do you love yourself? Or how do you learn to love yourself? Truthfully, I don't really know how to answer that question because I struggle with loving myself every day. But something that really worked for me, and this took me a long time, but I think it's important to have role models, and it's nice when you can take inspiration from other people in your life. But if you just compare yourself to them, you're never going to be happy. Or if you concern yourself with what other people think of you too much, you're going to drive yourself crazy. So it's easier said than done, but I would say don't scroll through your Instagram feed, comparing yourself to all of these people who use Facetune and, share highlights of their life, because it's not real. Like, most of the time when I post something on Instagram, it's a perfect photo of me and I'm posting it days later while sitting on the toilet. And the last question that I got quite often was, do you have any advice for young actors or people who want to get into acting? Again, much like mental health questions, you have to find what works for you. For me, it's really important to have life experience outside of acting that I can bring to my acting and to have a life outside of it. So I'm very fortunate that I have a lot of opportunities to create now because I find that inspires my work, but also prevents me from just sitting by the phone waiting to get calls for auditions. I think as soon as you make work for yourself and you put that out into the universe, work starts to come. This is the part where I answer your questions. By birth, I feel like Carmilla would be a Slytherin, but I do feel like she has a bit of Ravenclaw in her because she is a philosophy major. Natasha, not a Slytherin. You all think I'm a Slytherin. No, I am not. I have done extensive quizzes and tests, and I can tell you that I am a full-blown Gryffindor with a Ravenclaw rising, the looks of a Slytherin, and the love of food and animals of a Hufflepuff. In the 8th grade, I tried to smuggle a hermit crab across the border. I love the sound of accordions, cellos, harps, a really sexy grand piano. I really love the short stories of Raymond Carver. I love bleak drama. I love blue-collar stories, and I love that they're short enough that I can read them on a streetcar trip. Sometimes you just have to piss in the sink. Charles Bukowski. I don't know if this is a cool scar, but I have a scar on my knuckle from sliding down some icy stairs in Montreal after a little too much beer and improv. 100% I would be an otter with a bow tie because otters seem to have a great time. Also, people don't really eat otters and people eat squids a lot, so I feel like my life expectancy would be longer. I also like that they're like, could be casual or fancy, and that they don't have to spend all their time in water. The one where I fly in and fly out. I would love to go to a Queen concert and see Freddie Mercury perform live. I think the most challenging thing about playing her specifically is conveying her many years of experience. And just having that always in the back of my mind that she has lived for a freaking long time. I got it from my mama. The first concert I ever attended was the Spice Girls with my parents when I was like 7 or 8 years old, which was pretty cool. But the first concert I attended without parental supervision was the White Stripes Elephant Tour. Guilty pleasure is like old country, like Dolly Parton and Johnny Cash. I mean, Dark Knight was great. This is really silly, but I recently watched Ant-Man and I love Paul Rudd and I think it's adorable and hilarious. My favorite Disney movie was actually Hercules, just for plot line and the music, but my favorite Disney princess was Belle because she was brunette, bookish, and she cared about inner beauty. I've been watching Better Call Saul, and I really like the friendship between Jimmy McGill and Kim Wexler. But the friendship. This is embarrassing, but I did binge watch Cupcake Wars and then proceeded to try to make cupcakes, which turned into like stones. Pretty horrific. Saw the new trailer for Suicide Squad. Margot Robbie. I think I just stared at my computer screen and drooled for 5 minutes. Well, I love Kubrick, so The Shining. Not really. But this is really nerdy. I do play The Sims. I had SimCity on my phone for a while as well. Eating. I love eating, whether it's cooking for myself or for other people or ordering food. Both. Both mixed together. Donuts. Depends on where I'm ordering. Usually I just get a double short Americano, sometimes a cortado if I think the place is gonna make it properly. Taking a piece of old cheddar and then a piece of a pickle and then like putting them in my mouth at the same time. Dark chocolate. Chili chocolate gelato. Carmilla sleeps in her leather pants. Natasha does not sleep in her leather pants, but Natasha sometimes falls asleep in her jeans with pens in her pockets. Natasha has ruined a lot of pants. Stop. Shower time. Na. Shower time. I get a lot of my inspiration from characters I play, actually. So I find like as I play a character, if I play a character for a long time, I sort of like start to dress like them a little bit. But also just people on the street. I love like street bloggers, fashion bloggers, and also like vintage movies. I love kind of vintage looks. When I met Batty Winkle last year, I definitely fangirled. Gym class in the 9th grade in particular was my least favorite time. Girls were mean. I really love playing softball, but I like watching hockey during playoffs. This is my natural hair color. I get asked this question a lot. I do not dye my hair. I don't know how to belly dance or really dance at all, but I like watching belly dancers. Mutts. I love all dogs, but I love mixed dogs. You know, just be like a Drake song. Started from the bottom and now I'm slightly higher than the bottom. Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone, and for listening to me ramble on about myself. I had such a fun time answering your questions, and I'm so sorry if I didn't get a chance to answer all of them, but keep your eyes peeled to our social channels because I will be posting additional clips from this interview on our Twitter and Instagram feeds. Also, thank you so much to Audible for sponsoring this week's videos. Don't forget you can try it out for yourself with a free 30-day trial by going to the URL below. They have over 180,000 audiobooks in their library, so head on over and get a listening. And don't forget to leave me a comment below with what you kind of liked about this interview. Maybe I'll do more if you say nice things. Maybe I'll do even more if you say bad things. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, hey everyone. Don't forget to subscribe